Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Unit 2.6 Notes, Day 1. Today we're going to be talking about, that's right, applications of linear systems with 3 variables. Our learning target today is to be able to solve application problems involving systems of equations in 3 variables. So, what it's asking us to do is set up a system of equations and solve in order to answer each of the following problems. And remember, we have to do at least one by hand, okay? So we're going to do the first one by hand. Don't be scared, it's not that hard. Okay, so 3 soccer coaches bought supplies from the same store. The first coach bought 3 soccer balls, 4 jerseys, 2 shin guards, and paid a total of $140. The second coach bought 5 soccer balls, 3 jerseys, 6 shin guards, and paid a total of $200. The third, oh my gosh, bought 7 soccer balls, 5 jerseys, 3 shin guards, and paid a total of $215. And now we have to find the cost of each item purchased. Well, what were all the items that they purchased? Soccer balls, jerseys, shin guards. So those are X, Y, and Z. Okay, so remember, the first thing we have to do is set up what each one of these equals. So X is our soccer balls, Y is our jerseys, and Z is our shin guards. Okay, now each one of these sentences was an equation. Okay, so we're going to have our yellow equation, we're going to have our blue equation, and we're going to have our pink equation. Okay, so our first one, our yellow, 3 soccer balls plus 4 jerseys plus 2 shin guards equals 140. Then we have 5x plus 3y plus 6z equals 200. And then the last one, 7x plus 5y plus 3z equals 215. Okay, so we have to do the first one by hand. Oh, I know, no crying. I can hear you crying over in Cyberland. It's sad. So I've already set it up. I've got A, B, and C, and there's my yellow, my blue, and my pink. So doing this by hand, the first thing that we're going to go is we're going to go with A and B. Okay, and with A and B, I want to cancel. Sorry, I'm going to get the highlights out. We don't have to do that. I'll just rewrite them. So we're going to cancel our x's because that's what we've been practicing. So what does 3 and 5 both go into? Well, they both have 15 in common. And if you don't believe me, 3, 6, 9, 12, oh, 15, 5, 10, oh, 15. Okay, so to cancel our x's, I need to multiply up, not by 3, Mr. Grice, by 5, and I have to multiply the bottom by 3. Now, the only thing that's wrong with that is one of them needs to be negative. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. I just made the top negative. Okay, so let's go ahead and we have to distribute the -5 to everything. And the biggest thing is we have to watch our signs. Negative times a positive is negative. And then 140 times -5, we get -700. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to distribute the 3 to get 15x plus 9y plus 18z and 600. Okay, and just like we wanted to, the x's, yep, they cancel. So what are we left with? Well, -20 plus 9 is negative 11z. Negative 10 plus 8 is plus 8z. And negative 700 plus 600 is negative 100. Okay, so that is our first equation. We're going to call that one t. So we're going to go back now and we're going to pick either AB, or we just did AB. We have to do BC or AC. Now, in my notes, I did AC because I know how to cancel 3 and 7 right away. So we have 3x plus 4y plus 2z equals 140, and then 7x plus 5y plus 3z equals 215. Now, they both have 21 in common, so I can multiply the top by 7 and the bottom by 3, and I just chose the bottom by 3. Okay, so go ahead and distribute. Make sure to distribute to everything, and that turns to 21x plus 28y plus 14z, and that last one I think was 980, but I'm just going to do it again. 140 times 7, and we get 980. Okay, now let's just remember we're multiplying by negatives, so that's negative 21x, negative 15y, negative 9z, and then 215 times negative 3 is negative 645. Okay, and once again, when we look at our y's, or our x's, I'm sorry, they cancel. Okay, and then we get 13y plus 5z equals 335. Okay, and that is going to be E. So we eliminated them down to 2 equations. Sorry, it's C, so we have our 2 equations, D and E, and we're going to put the first one on top, negative 11y plus 8z equals negative 100, and then the 13y plus 5z equals 335. Okay, now what do you want to cancel? Now for here, I actually canceled the z's because right away I know what 8 and 5 go into. I know I can multiply the top by 5 and the bottom by 8. And for some odd reason, I made the bottom 8. It doesn't matter what you do. We can make the top 8 or the top negative if you want to. We'll do that. We'll see if we get the same answer. So I'm going to distribute the negative 5 to get 55y minus 40z equals a positive 500. Now on the bottom, we're multiplying by 8. So we have 8 times 13, which gives us 104, plus 40z equals, we have 335 times 8, and that gives us 2,680. Okay, so our z's cancel, just like we wanted them to. And now we're left with 159y equals 2,600 plus 500 equals 3,180. Now, don't be scared of the big numbers, okay? We have calculators. Okay, so we're going to divide that number by 159, and we get 20. Sweet. So we got one of our answers. That's great. So now that I have that, we can plug back into D or E to figure out what z is. And I think I chose E. It doesn't matter which one. So we have 13 times 20 plus 5z equals 335. So 13 times 20, we get 260. And now all we have to do is solve. So we're going to subtract 260, subtract 260. We get 5z equals, don't know that off the top of my head, I'm sorry. Hey, give me a break, it's 7:20 in the morning. Okay, so it equals 75. And then when we divide both of those by 5, we get that z equals 15. And are we done? No, not yet. I don't know what x is. I know what y is. I know what z is. And now to find x, we're going to plug it in, and I'm just picking the first one, the 3x plus 4 times y plus 3z equals 140. Okay, if you look, that was our a up there. You can see it. So 3x, 4 times 20 is 80. 3 times 15. I'm sorry, it's not a 3. That should be a 2. 2 times 15 is 30 equals 140. I have to combine my like terms first. So we get 3x plus 110 equals 140. Subtract the 110 to both sides. We get 3x equals 30. Oh my gosh, I know what it is. Yeah, we get x equals 10. Awesome. So if we had to write this as a point, okay, this would be the point 10, 20, was it 15? So that's our point that all of these meet. However, they didn't ask for a point. They asked for, yeah, how much do each one of these things cost? Okay, so we're going to write our final answer. We're going to say the soccer balls, that was our X. Those were $20. Our jerseys, which was our Y. I'm looking back at our key. I'm sorry, soccer balls were not $20, Mr. Grice. Let's go back and take a look. Mr. Grice already forgot. Okay, so soccer balls were X, so there were 10. Hopefully you're yelling at me. The jerseys, which was Y, that was 20. And then the last one, the shin guards, which was Z, was 15. And there we go. We got our final answer. That wasn't too bad, was it? Well, it only took 13 minutes. Okay. But the nice thing is the rest of these we're just going to do using our calculator. Okay. So let's look at number 2. A chef takes stores to the grocery stores at least a few times a week. I don't know if that makes sense. On Monday, he bought 5 gallons of milk, 7 wheels of Parmesan cheese, and 8 loaves of bread. On Wednesday, he bought 8 gallons of milk, 5 wheels of Parmesan cheese, and 9 loaves of bread, paid $78. And on Friday, he bought 10 gallons of milk, 3 wheels of Parmesan cheese, and 7 loaves of bread, and paid $62. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Calculate the price of each item. Well, we know the things that he's buying the most are the milk, the Parmesan cheese, and the bread. Okay, so my X is going to be milk. The Y is going to be the Parmesan cheese. And the Z is going to be the bread. Okay, so Monday. Monday's an equation. 5 milk, 7, boom, boom. What's that equation? Well, 5x plus 7y plus 8z equals 83. Okay, Wednesday, 8, 5, 9, 78. So we would say that that is 8x plus 5y plus 9z equals 78. Friday, 10, 3, 7, 62. So we have 10x plus 3y plus 7z equals 62. Okay, and there's our equation. Now, guess what? Yeah, we could use our calculator, thankfully. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Don't cry. Okay, so I'm going to go to our matrices real quick, and I'm going to edit my B real quick, just so mine looks the same as yours. Oh, sorry. Oh well, mine's already set up. So if you notice that B is 3 by 4 already, if you don't have one of yours set up already, go to Edit, whichever one it is, and make one of them a 3 by 4. So you would just type 3 in the first one, 4 in the second one, and then you'll have all zeros here. Okay? So, and we get that because there are 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay? And all we do is just go across, and our first set of boxes are our first equation. So it should be 5, enter, 7, enter, 8, and then 83. So 8, enter, 83, enter. And I'm just going across 8, 5, 9, 78. 8, 5, 9, 78, right? And double check, that was 8, 5, 9, 78. And then we got 10, 3, 7, and 62. Okay, so all of those are inputted in, and I'm just going to check one more time that it goes 5, 7, 8, 83, 8, 5, 9, 78, 10, 3, 7, 62. Okay, so to get out of here, I'm going to quit. So that's my matrix, but I have to run a program for the matrix. And excuse me, I forget what it was called or what the meaning of it was, but it's this RREF. B. So there it is. Now that's my program, and I want this program to run B. So I'm just going to hit enter. And then once you see, we get that, tells us all of our answers, that our first column is X, and that equals 2. Our second column, Y, equals 7. And our third column, Z, equals 3. So when I come back over here, I can start writing all this down, that the price of the milk was $2. The price of the cheese equals $7. And the last one, the price of the bread, because that's what we were trying to find, was how much everything cost, was $3. And just double check, 2, 7, and 3. How do you guys like that? I know I do for sure, because that was a lot faster than what we started with. Okay? There we go. All nice and highlighted for me. Okay, number 3. I'm going to help you set this one up, and we'll see how you do. So a family of 8 loved to visit their favorite restaurant, Don Juan's Restaurant. One week, they spent $103.66 by ordering 2 chicken dinners, 2 fish dinners, and 4 steak dinners. Another week, they spent $91.60 by ordering 2 steaks, 5 chicken dinners, and 1 fish dinner. And then this week, they ordered 4 fish dinners, 3 chicken dinners, and 1 steak dinner, and paid a total of $92.60. So, oh my gosh, what is the cost of each type of dinner? Well, the things they keep talking about are the chicken, the fish, and the steak. Okay, so X would be the chicken, Y is going to be the fish, and Z is going to be um, the steak. So let's go ahead and look at this. So 1 week, there's my total: 2 chicken, 2 fish, 4 steak. So let's go ahead and write that one down. 2x plus 2y plus 4z equals 103.60. Okay, the next one. Another week they spent 91, 2 steak, 5 chicken, 1 fish. Now, we have to be careful here because the information is out of order. Okay, so I want my x first, which was chicken. So that's 5x plus my fish, which was 1y, plus 2z equals the 91.60. Okay, so we have to be careful when we're reading this. Okay, 4 fish, 3 chicken, 1 steak, and 92.60. Okay, so my chicken was 3, so 3 chicken. Then I need my fish, which was 4, and then the steak, which is 1, and that equals 92.60. Okay, now let's go ahead and plug everything in here. Notice I haven't hit anything else in my calculator. That's going to save us some time in a second. I'm going to show you why. So I'm just going to go to Edit. I'm going to edit my 3x4. Okay, it's already set up, so I'm just scrolling over. Hit Enter to know that it's ready. And then here we go. We had 2, 2, 4, and 103.60. Then we had 5, 1, 2, 91.60, and then 3, 4, 1, and 92.6. Okay, so if you want to just double check, that was 2, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then all of my totals were good. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm going to quit this. If you look, the last program that I ran was the REF for B. So if I just hit Enter, it runs the exact same program, except now it's running it with our new numbers. Okay? So if you see, we get that the X was 995, the Y was 1195, and the steak, the Z, was 1495. So we can come back here and say that the cost of the chicken, how much that was. So the cost of the chicken was $9.95. The cost of the fish was $11.95. And the cost of the steak was $14.95. And the biggest mistakes that we're going to see here is when you don't line up your variables properly. Okay? So always make sure you check to see what the order of everything is. Okay, so we have 2 more. I'm going to help you set up number 4, but then you're going to be on your own for solving it, and then on your own for 5. Okay, So number 4, Corey, Josh, and Daniel went shopping for Halloween treats at Booze R Us. Corey bought, so this is our first guy, he bought 3 masks, 4 chocolate pumpkins, and 8 monster lollipops and paid $36.65. Josh paid $37.50 for 5 masks, 3 chocolate pumpkins, and 10 monster lollipops. And Daniel spent $43.45, 4 masks, 5 chocolate pumpkins, and 6 monster lollipops. Okay, so X, the first thing they talked about was the masks. So X is the cost of the masks. Y was going to be the chocolate pumpkins. So the cost of the chocolate pumpkins. And Z is the cost of the monster lollipops. Okay, so our 3 equations, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's see. We had 3x plus 4y plus 8z equals 36.65. Okay, our next one was the 5 masks plus the 3 chocolate pumpkins, and I'm liking this because this one was in order minus the total, which was up at the top. Okay, and then the 4 masks plus the 5 chocolate pumpkins plus the 6 monster lollipops equals 43.45. Okay, so just remember, we're going to go over here. We're going to set second x negative 1. I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to edit B. And then we're just going to go through it. Okay, so see if you can do this all on your own. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, after you run your program, you should have gotten that X was 255, that Y was 575, and Z was 75 cents. And yes, it's okay that you get some decimals here because we're talking about the cost of something. So I'm just going to write my answers right here. 255, that was 575, and 75 cents. Okay. I know, I was a little lazy on that one. I'm sorry. Okay. So here we go. Last one. You can pause the video, see if you can figure out what the equation is, as you can hear my son yelling in the background because he just woke up. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure out X, Y, and Z is and your equations are. And then double check it, and then you can plug it into your matrix. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, so X was our craft paper, Y was our markers, and Z was our glue. Now, if you looked at it, each one of those was messed up because here's our X, there's our Y, there's our Z, but then they said markers, and remember markers was Y, our craft papers was X, our glue sticks was Z, and then the glue, they mentioned glue sticks, craft paper, markers, okay? So make sure you're reading those and setting them up correctly, okay? So go ahead and edit your matrix and run the program and see what you guys get, okay? Pause the video, good luck. Okay, and just remember, if the matrix is the last thing that you run, you can just hit enter and it'll run it automatically with the new numbers, okay? Now, the key thing, one, you're dealing with cost of products, so yes, you are going to have some decimals. Don't be scared. Why? 3.6, is that 360 or is it $3.06? You need to know the difference, okay? Well, guys, that's it for Algebra 2, Unit 2.6 Notes, Day 1, the application of 3x3s. And yeah, it takes a while, okay? So just make sure you're doing your work. And if you have questions, to come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. All right? Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off. Thanks for watching.